power pack you can use to plug it into.
Ah.
Still the 19th of January, 1924.
Yes.
How many 8 points did I go through last session?
4.
And a sneaking suspicion that, all right, 3 of them were on one roll. I was
You were determined to make it, and
yeah. And I might at some future time regret having blown those 8 points on something not immensely important that early, but and again, I may not remember by the time I got to where I could really use 4 more fate points.
That hasn't happened to us in a long time.
What?
That were like, no fate points.
Uh-huh. Well,
let's see. Last time it happened was with a certain large fish dude.
weren't you kind of low on fate points at the end of that combat?
I meant Martin.
Oh,
Martin.
Martin.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Not
it certainly
not
has happened. I haven't.
I now understand your point. I had misinterpreted what you were saying. And somebody wants a ball thrown.
Yes. Somebody does. All right.
I have this.
It's not me, by the way. In case anybody was wondering, I am not the one who wants to have a ball thrown.
Mm-hmm. So where did it go, kid?
It's right here at my feet. Yes.
It appears Elon Musk is determined to destroy ground-based astronomy.
Really?
Why so? I mean, or
How
how do you reach that conclusion?
Is there a bold statement and facts behind it?
Yes, so
A
far
$250,000, I think it is. Was it 25,000 or 250,000?
25,000.
Okay.
25,000 satellites to orbit the Earth and provide internet for everyone, and essentially blotting out the stars.
Yep. Okay, now I understand where this is coming from.
Mind you, I have no objection to internet for everyone. I just think he could find some way with a much lower albedo to do it with.
Yeah.
When you say internet for everyone, you mean internet with really terrible lag for everyone.
Yes.
So
there are several things that will be affected. However, your streaming videos of TV shows will not.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Well, okay, they'll still be affected by the lag before they start, but
Yeah.
they will stream
there will be an
just
upfront
fine.
buffering of time, but yes.
Actually, the buffering won't be any different than current. It's just there would be a lag.
Yeah.
There will be this noticeable period while it's buffering.
Which a lot of people are used to anyway.
Yeah.
Depends on how good their network access is. The better your
Exactly.
access is, the less buffering it needs.
Yeah.
All right. Things have been updated. Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
People might show up, possibly.
Yay!
but not my wife because she's watching a Twins game.
Yay!
What? No, you're supposed to go boo. Don't
Well,
watch Twins
somebody,
games.
somebody should watch them, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of
It
people,
isn't going to be me.
a lot of people are. They're doing very, very well this year.
Mm-hmm.
Who are
Oh, they're
playing-
going to go to the World Series again?
It is actually somewhat likely that they will go to the World Series this year.
Excellent.
So who are they playing?
Tonight they are playing the Seattle Mariners.
I have no idea how the Mariners.
Home or away?
Home. In fact, we have tickets for Thursday's game, Friday's game, and Saturday's game.
Yeah.
We
Are they all against the Mariners?
No.
No.
I suspected that they were not. Are any of them against the Mariners?
I believe Thursday's game is.
Okay.
I remember who the other two games are against. So, we were all back in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
where everything is safe and sound and nobody has any worries or problems.
Well, we were just dealing with a guy who doesn't have any worries or problems anymore.
Absolutely, that is true. He will never worry about anything ever again,
Yeah.
as he is dead.
Okay, it is the 11th, 12th, and 13th against the Mariners, the 14th against the Royals, 15th, 16th against Royals, and 17th against the Red Sox.
So yeah, we're gonna see a game against the Mariners and then against 2 games against the Royals.
I'm guessing that's Kansas City.
That is Kansas City, yes.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too, although I was
Right
really
now,
did, I was
there's
not
0-0.
Well,
Uh,
I don't expect other people to be paying attention to baseball at all.
I have been known to. It makes more sense to me than a lot of professional sports. I can actually understand the rules of the game, and despite being crappy even at high school level softball, I can recognize some of the forms of playing well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Having met a true baseball aficionado, I have to say that I cannot truly appreciate it.
Okay.
Could be worse.
He would talk about all of the strategy and stuff, and to me it was somebody trying to hit a ball with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
There is that element to it, yes. Hitting a ball with a stick is part of the game.
Yes, it is.
And you have to either do that well or throw and catch well at a bare minimum. Anything beyond that is not useless, but very much secondary.
Mm-hmm. So, did we actually finish up in the morgue?
No, we had
No.
just gotten to the
We
point
just
of
got in there and
discovering
discovered
likely
the-
cause of death.
Discovered where the entry wounds were.
Yes. Annie had done. Well, she'd begun the autopsy.
The autopsy, and one of the first steps displayed where the most likely murder weapons were inserted into the body.
Yes, and Jack looked at that and went, "I recognize those wounds." Steve, are you falling asleep over there?
No, just have a headache.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, sorry to hear that.
And I need to make sure I have somebody's name right because I'm sure we're going to be dealing with her at least a little more. Is it Yen Lee?
Sounds right. Maybe not.
How many written down do I have her name? I I do not have her name written down.
Really?
I
She's
have
kind of
her-
important.
I have her grandfather's name written down, but not her name.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Yen Shin, we've had, we've gone around with twice in a couple very different ways.
You never have to worry about him again.
Well, is he dead?
He is not.
Okay, then I
He is in prison,
then
as a
I
matter of
simply
fact.
do not believe your statement. I mean, it may be true, but I wouldn't give it much
He
weight.
is a mystical ninja. Even if he's dead, we might still have problems
He's
with
not
him.
a ninja. Why would you say he's a
He's
ninja?
not Japanese, he's Chinese. Come on.
Okay.
But
Whatever.
yes, he's got both exotic
Oh,
martial
yeah.
arts techniques
Well, that is true.
and mysteries stuff and a lot
Yes.
of
Yen Li.
okay, and a lot of contacts from everything we can judge. I will definitely not count him harmless while he's alive. And yeah, maybe maybe
And he's-
assuming we can quit worrying once he's dead would be premature.
And you know, he's the only reason he's in jail right now is because he agreed with us that he would stay there.
That's right. He's keeping his word. He has not left that prison. Though they didn't know where he was for a while. But that he was still in the prison. They just
You didn't know where.
didn't know where he was because someone was trying to kill him.
That's right. And if he wouldn't have hid, they would have killed him.
Yeah, I don't blame him for trying to avoid being assassinated. That's perfectly reasonable. And
So, you're really not going to find out much more about this person. That's how he was killed. Stabbed in well, actually the first stab wound killed him, but he was for some reason stabbed in the other eye as well
I was going to
with a
ask.
stiletto.
I was
It's
going to ask
imitated.
if it was done simultaneously or one at a time.
It was done one at a time.
Okay.
But yeah, he obviously would have died from the first wound. You can tell that.
Okay.
You examine the wound and go, "Wow, that actually went all the
Very
way
deep.
into his brain.
Okay.
It pierced the optic nerve and went into his brain. So he was definitely not living after that first one. But they
made
went
sure-
ahead and stabbed him in the other eye as well.
for symmetry, perhaps.
Looks to
I
be
would suggest
the same weapon, judging by the wound pattern.
It is, yes.
Okay.
It is a as I said, it's
The
a stiletto. A
So
small,
Jack,
thin-bladed.
you-
Well, I mean, the blade is about that long, but it's thin and narrow.
Any signs that he had an opportunity to struggle? Any signs that he might have been at less than his top performance, like drunk,
So
drugs, etc.?
knocked on the head just
you would
before
have to
he
do some
fell.
form of blood analysis, and you don't have the equipment right here to do that.
I can draw the blood.
You can draw the blood.
Easy to take a blood
Um,
sample under the surface.
So the odd thing is, there's no marks on either eyelid. So
He would have to have had them open. in all
yes, his
likelihood.
eyes were both open, and he was stabbed to death
But
so quickly that he
Then
didn't
he
have a
didn't
time
have
to like
time to blink.
reflex blink.
that is quick.
Does
Or
raise the
his
question.
eyes were dilated or something.
No, I've seen her do this.
You watched her stab someone in the eye? Ouch.
Yeah?
Okay.
Now, in your case, his eyes were closed because he was unconscious, and she stabbed right through the eyelids.
I don't
But
think it's
yes,
too- I
those
don't think it's too tough to do that.
no, it was. I mean, it was split second.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have a weapon, and suddenly she was piercing each eye. Very unpleasant.
Okay. Once I'm done with my examination, I will say, well, Simon, this is a very strange wound, so you
Wanna do
might
some
want to
hocus
look
pocus?
as well.
Did Simon come with us, or did he have other plans?
Oh, he didn't come with us?
I did not come with us.
Oh,
I didn't think I did.
Yeah, okay.
okay. Then I guess I don't say that.
Okay, well, Edgy is there.
Edgy
Edgy
there.
is there.
And
I
if you think
can-
it's a mystical thing, Edgy would
I
be
can
able to.
check.
I don't think it is, but I think that unless somebody checks, they'll be saying,
Maybe
was.
it was.
Hello,
yes.
MTMJ Moondog, and I'm glad that you love Spirit of the Century. We enjoy it mostly. There's a couple of problems, but other than that.
Well, hopefully the zone thing got a little better.
Yeah, well, we haven't had much experience with it yet, but hopefully.
If my spirit companion is right with me and paying attention, can I claim a +1
Yeah.
bonus for his assistance?
He's your companion, you get a group bonus
Okay.
for being attached.
And how long would this normally take me just to do?
You're just doing a quick check to see if there's anything mystically related to the attack.
Yep.
Like 4 seconds would be a base
Okay.
time.
I'll take an extra shift, and that would be superb.
No,
You get
no,
nothing.
You get nothing. With superb, you're gonna get nothing. You need to do more.
The base for anything is fantastic.
Well,
Well, that's not exactly true.
But
Improving items you can do at
With
less
less.
than that.
what?
But you take 8 hours then.
Let me
Yeah.
put it this way. If you think it's worth my spending a fate point, I'll spend
no,
a
I think
fate
it's worth
I
spending
think it's
time.
worth spending an extra time, another
or
time.
2.
Well, let's see, one shift just makes it, what, 15 seconds? So 2 shifts
That's-
would be
yeah.
a minute?
Your 2 shifts is a minute. Yes.
And what's
Well,
3?
Give me a minute.
3 is 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I think you can. I think we can survive 4 minutes.
That's true. It'll just be boring for the rest of you. Okay, right, so.
I'm going to rearrange his operating theater in
Mhm.
very minor ways. The corner that is incompetent.
Okay.
Just
You're messing with them.
All right.
Jack is
Would
rubbing
be
off on you, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay.
just
3 extra shifts get me up to epic. That should
All
at least
right.
give me clear indication
Um,
whether
the-
something happened.
The person was not mystically affected by anything, but you believe that the item that caused the wounds is some sort of mystically enhanced item.
Mm-hmm.
so his instruments were probably not even sorted. Are now sorted.
So you're improving the area.
So, Andy, the only question I have is, was he conscious or unconscious when he got hit?
And
Judging by the blood flow and blah blah
Blah
blah.
blah blah. He was conscious.
Okay. See, last time I saw this done, it was an unconscious person.
mm-hmm.
And that just means that she's stealthier than I thought, that's all. That's fine. I'm stealthy too.
stealthy enough to attack without breaking stealth just
Well,
by
You
attacking,
can break stealth.
or
if you-
else fast enough that it doesn't matter once an once
It
an
just means
ordinary
that she had
target
enough stealth to be able to
sees her.
sneak up on him. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what you can conclude.
Who
So
was
here's-
this guy again? Oh, that's right.
It's-
One of the minor people in Cell's organization.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Little
So,
Louis Salvatore.
Yeah.
so it is someone that I might have been able to stealth up on a good day.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean he's just an average thug. He
So-
isn't even really a like minion level.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, we've got a stray piece of pineapple on the other side of the water.
Thank you.
Tactical question. If you identify this as a signature technique of Yen Lee's, so we're pretty frickin' sure she was the one who killed him, how much more do we want to pursue this?
We don't.
Okay.
We want ill. The whole point of this is to figure out how this guy died, and we did.
Yeah.
So now we move on to bigger fish. Especially more important fish. Especially more important to me.
Okay.
Well, you're a little obsessed then. Is that what you're saying?
I can understand.
What do
not
you call
worrying
little?
about I can understand not worrying about small fry. I was just thinking if Yan Lee's people are seriously going after the Italians, how much do we even care?
I'm crying a river here.
Yeah.
Yes, the Chinese gangsters are killing the Italian gangsters. I'm sure you don't care that much.
It really
Got that right.
depends on how it affects the normal people.
My opinion is
Well,
that as long as John Q, law-abiding citizen,
Isn't getting caught in crossfire.
isn't getting caught up in this or otherwise affected. I mean,
So-
when they get a monopoly and the cost of his and the cost of his booze goes up by a factor of 10. Yeah.
But what I'm seeing here, they aren't the type to be shooting people in the streets.
No.
No,
No.
that's,
It's not
that's
their
one of the
preferred
reasons
MO.
why I
the Chinese,
Are much
well,
more
the
subtle than that.
Tongs are yes, they're much more subtle. They're not like out there with Tommy guns or whatever.
Which is an improvement.
Yeah.
that was that John
Less
Daniels.
likely to have collateral damage.
Absolutely, they're not
Okay.
blowing stuff up.
I mean,
They're
put it
not
this way.
wildly
This guy's
shooting.
dead.
Mm-hmm.
How many innocents got hurt? How much
Not
property
as
damage
far as we
occurred?
know.
Yeah,
Nothing. See?
there was a little bit of
agreeing with you,
a
there's no
bloody mess
reason
in one
to-
alley.
Well, darn.
There is also the case that when it comes right down to it, the cops are going to be harder on the Chinese than they are going to be on the Irish or the Italians.
That's the point.
So they
I don't
have
know
so they have some incentive
To
To-
keep it quiet.
to keep things quieter.
Don't know how
less
much
obvious.
that'll help, but
So, now that we got that out of the way, we're moving on to ill.
This
You
seems
got any
like a
leads?
bad idea. Oh,
Which part? The ignoring this or the moving on to ill?
the
Oh, we're not going to
going
ignore this.
into
We're just
Russia
going to.
just after we were told we should never go back.
Yeah, you heard my thoughts
Yeah.
last time, right?
I heard your thoughts.
Nobody tells Jack what to do, especially when it concerns ill. And this concerns her.
that is true. Whether she'll see reason on that point right now, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
And it doesn't matter because all of us are at full fate points pretty much.
It always matters.
I don't want to start a fight I don't need to start on this particular front.
Let me put it this way: we're going to go after ill. That means going to Russia.
Does it?
Yes, because that's where he is. He's in Moscow. Now, if you want to stay behind, that's fine.
If the rest of the group is going, I'm going. I don't like this approach at this particular time.
If you have a better idea, these aren't
Right
cantaloupe,
now,
they're
I
ears.
Right now, I don't.
So, how is he going to escape Russia?
I have no idea. I think going to the stupid crystal caves again, for all I know.
Do we know that he knows about those?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, couldn't remember for sure. It's been a while since.
But I suspect he finds them as
Obnoxious as we do?
yeah,
If not
uncontrollable.
more
Let me put it this way: if he knows I'm after him, he'll go in the crystal cave.
Oh, sure.
so, after saying hello to you.
He didn't say. Well, I mean, the very first time you guys walked right past him, he didn't say anything to you.
No.
And
No.
the time after that, he just answered the questions that you asked,
Yes.
Yeah.
as if he was a security guard. Oh, he was a security guard.
He was a
He
security
was getting paid as a security guard.
So you're saying that I should just shoot everyone?
Unfortunately, unfortunately, that's about the only way you can be certain that you're
Because
getting
the one who
killed.
doesn't die right away is him.
That's true. Not exactly a very heroic a way to do it, I would say.
Sounds rather ruthless, doesn't it?
Well, but still not heroic.
and not just either. There's a certain point where you have to say, okay, this approach is going to have too high a toll on innocent bystanders.
So we leave the morgue, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Head
I would
back
assume
to
so.
Head back to the Century Club so I can actually do the blood work.
Okay.
Just because
Might
Finish
Being
as well
the
thorough.
jump
task.
the rope.
Being thorough.
finish the task, don't leave it half done.
Yes.
So do you want an aspect of, but I was in the middle of that.
Make a certain amount of sense from what we've seen of Annie.
I'll put it on the list to consider. The other way would be don't interrupt.
So, the question is, are we going to take the Zeppelin over there again? Because getting
Nope.
over there fast is important.
Nope, we
Well,
aren't.
the Zeppelin hasn't gotten back here yet.
Yeah. It
yes.
isn't possible to use it.
Well,
Well.
gee. I guess we're going to have to use the way we came back to go there.
Question for Annie.
Yeah.
Any way to get a precise location on where the Zeppelin is now? Could you?
No.
Call 'em up on the radio and ask.
That sort of works.
Sort of works.
Because it occurs to me that if Cloud 9 is by now outside the borders of Russia, but
I'm
not
hoping
very
it is
far from
outside
them,
of Russia.
then we could certainly go there
First.
without, we could certainly go there without getting on anybody's bad side, and that gives us a nearby base to work from. Potentially. Seems worth putting in the radio call to check if you're willing.
Well, we're at the Century Club. Let's
I
go up to the Radio Shack and use it
I can call them.
before they go out of business.
It sort of works because we frequently bounce
Damn
the
Amazon.
radio signals off of
I don't know how a rainforest killed
transducers
off
in
the
order
radio
to
show.
hide where we are.
Man, Amazon shouldn't have bothered. They're in the moon.
You don't want someone tracking the radio signal back to base.
Mm-hmm.
So it sort of works, but not really.
You're afraid that someone's going to discover where your Zeppelin is, or you're afraid someone's going to discover where the New York Century Club
Zeppelin.
is? Oh, the Zeppelin.
The second one.
You think they're going to shoot it out of the sky or something?
It's happened before.
I don't remember being shot out of the sky.
This was before.
Before.
This is part of a
Before I
character
met
history.
you.
Oh. That's why I don't remember it.
Yes. So,
Actually, I shouldn't even have to roll. It's science, right?
it is science, yes.
Yeah, find
Can
out
you roll worse than fair
Yes.
Can I?
on science?
Yes. -4 would be average.
Yeah, if I roll a -4, it's average.
So roll and don't roll a -4.
I didn't roll a -4.
Oh, good for you.
So I got great.
Then yes, you have contacted your airship and
And ask for their approximate location if they crossed the border out of Russia yet. And
yes, we are out of Russia.
excellent.
What's wrong here? You got a cigar or something here? Cigarette? What's going on?
Just had a map here just moments ago.
Rather rakishly held.
Yeah. Reminds me of one of the dogs playing poker dogs.
Yeah.
Somebody had a shave recently.
Yes. Last Wednesday.
Yeah. What do you think of that, huh?
I always lose something
Summer haircut, huh?
when I actually want to have it, but it shows up constantly when I'm totally uninterested in it.
Yeah, got the old.
One of the corollaries
Ah,
of Murphy's
there it is.
Law, I'm sure.
There it is. All right.
My concern with
Big
taking
map
on-
of the world.
The concern is.
You started
taking
out
on who
in
is what?
there.
Moscow.
taking on Baba Yaga is how many points are going to be left over for dealing with ill.
Ill. It will not stand up into a fight.
We are closing in on
He
Warsaw
will run.
right now.
Okay, so Poland.
Faster than a deep one.
We could probably meet them
That's
in
impressive.
Poland or just outside of.
Yes.
I'm personally of the opinion,
Oh,
when you get together and start asking me about this,
yes, there is a Poland.
It would be easy to, as soon as we're done with the autopsy.
There wasn't before
call
World War
sign.
One.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the Great War.
The Great War. The war to end all wars. Won't
Yeah.
be any more wars.
That's
um,
Really confident of that too.
Simon's opinion is, no, I don't want to go into Russia without Baba Yaga's opinion. I'm willing to walk up to the border and metaphysically knock on the border asking for Baba Yaga's attention while standing outside the border.
That's fine, but. don't
I
have-
tracked him this time, I can track him again.
It wasn't your grandfather who got murdered, okay? It was mine.
Granted.
I understand.
So, I will tell them to have a stay over in Warsaw. I might
Okay.
meet them there.
okay.
If you don't hear from me in 2 days, continue on towards New York.
Okay.
That way I cover both bases.
No,
Thank you.
don't jump up on
Annie
the
out.
table. No,
Okay.
not
We
a
don't
place.
want ashes on the papers.
You know what? All
And
tables.
in the morning, I suppose
sit
we
here.
talk to Simon and figure out what he wants because
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
middle
well
of the
after
night.
the time he would.
Yeah. Yeah. It was what? 1,
It was-
2 in the morning, something
yeah.
like that.
It was well past Annie's time too. So
My it's middle of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the middle of the day. You're going to bed in 2 hours.
End of the day.
I will see you in the morning. Well, if you want me
Let us know.
to. If you
We
allow
do
me
as
to.
we do as far as I'm concerned. And when you get done with the autopsy, especially if it does turn up anything unexpectedly interesting, I'd like to hear about it. My hunch is not, but I could be wrong.
He was pre-diabetic.
They haven't
Yes.
invented that
They
term
didn't
yet.
haven't invented that term yet.
There,
Yes.
there are no
Really?
medications. There are no medications that they can sell to people for being pre-diabetic.
Yes.
I don't think. Do they try and sell meds even pre-diabetic?
Oh yeah.
Oh. I would
Yeah, they'll
expect that would be the point where most people would be saying, "It's time to modify my diet."
Diet and exercise generally works well for us pre-diabetics, but they do try to put pills on you too.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Metformin works well. What's the other one I take? Amlodipine.
Hadn't even heard of that one.
You take them both?
Yeah.
So do I.
But you must rattle when you walk.
No, that's the lisinopril and the
I'm
other
happy
one I
to.
take for my blood pressure.
So far, I'm still on just the one med, although they've offered me more.
Phenylphrate. I might have to actually go consult the.
For me, it's easy. It's levothyroxine and albuterol if I would take it.
Well, you were looking very cool with
For
your.
my normal day-to-day, it doesn't do anything.
Ah,
If I am making a trip out someplace where there's going to be lots of pollen and such, then it's worth taking.
Right.
Oh. I may have to miss the 25th because I'll be on a business trip. I don't know if I'll be back on Tuesday or not.
Okay.
I'm very
excited
happy about
about
that.
this trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to drive to Peoria on Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
to be there on Monday morning.
Drive to Peoria.
Yeah, drive to Peoria.
What state is Peoria?
Illinois.
Illinois, the southern
Okay.
end
And
of
it's
Illinois.
such an interesting place. So many tourist attractions.
I detect sarcasm.
Oh, yeah.
Your sarcasm detector is working well.
The world famous waste disposal site.
Yay.
And
Well, thank you for letting us know.
the first Tuesday in July, I won't be able to make it. That's the only one I know about. And,
What date is that?
The second, I believe.
sounds right.
Yes.
So,
July
If-
2nd.
so if
I will be camping.
I can
baseball
close all my
from
business on Monday,
Wisconsin.
then I can get up early Tuesday and drive back, and I would make it in time.
That sounds like a lot of driving.
Barely in time, but
And we already knew that Steve will be missing for San Diego Comic Con. Before and after.
Did you find tickets yet?
yes,
Ray,
Aftermarket?
not exactly.
I'm
Somebody
so
do
glad
you a
we
favor
were able
again?
to find something.
No, I'm doing a favor for someone else. But I won't be there for my 30th anniversary, so yay.
Yay!
30 years since I met Phil Folio finally.
Phil and Tasha will be there? Or just Phil?
I'll feel like I would be.
Everything I've heard, he's a very interesting person. If I ever got the chance to cross paths with him at some event smaller than Comic-Con, that would be an argument in favor of going.
You can go to Sequoia Con, it's anime convention in Seattle.
Possibly.
It's smaller than Comic Con.
So it's almost anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
possibly.
maybe Dragon Con is bigger, but
Actually, it isn't. It's big, but not that big.
And you could visit Don.
Yeah.
I
Just
know
up the
other
peninsula.
people in the Seattle area too. That's
Yeah,
one
you
of
just
the
have
places
to
we've
cross
been
the
meaning to
Puget
get
Sound
back
and go north. When you can't go north anymore, you're there. Unless you want to go into Canada, then you can keep going north.
So anyways, I finished the autopsy.
okay. He was not. He had been drinking, but he was not drunk. I mean, he had a small amount of alcohol in his bloodstream. No drugs.
Okay.
So,
So an unremarkable blood analysis.
Absolutely.
okay, so Jack is gonna not sleep because he has too much on his mind. He's gonna start putting together weapons for this trip.
Okay.
Anything special in mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing that's going to destroy all of Moscow.
No, I don't really want Moscow. I just want one person.
So it was night. It is morning.
Yes.
Let's see.
Are you actually making any specific weapons that I need to know about, or?
I'm just gonna make sure I have some of the ones that I have with me all the time.
Okay.
And plenty of ammo, no doubt.
Like all my bullets may have concentrated blessed silver.
Okay.
Figured maybe
He's not a demon, you know. He's just a person.
I'm thinking of other things.
Oh, okay.
Like a certain witch.
If we have to start shooting at her, we're in so much trouble already.
So it's the morning. I should
Yes.
probably.
And as early as Edgy is off, which is very good odds of being earlier than Simon is off,
Yes.
a call to Simon's Brownstone suggesting that he meet us for lunch if he doesn't have anything really pressing otherwise.
So it is the 20th now.
It is now
It is now Sunday the 20th.
Okay.
some Zondag, or as we call it in Australia, hangover day.
Right up.
Dryden would
result
answer the phone.
and Drop them with, are there drop boxes at the Century Club?
They're
or just
they're
hand
not
it to the
boxes. They're
concierge?
slots.
Slots, okay.
They're like mail slots.
Drop it in Edges and make a call over to the library, Betty's library, or I should say John Doe's.
Yeah, John
Sure,
Doe's
library, she
accepts
paid
his
for it.
She
hardly
paid
ever-
for it.
Yeah, she did.
and
Well, not all
did
of it,
some
but-
of the
but like
legwork,
90%,
I think.
yeah.
And ask if it would be possible to get access to it later today.
So Hawk answers, and you ask him that, and he says, "It." So
Is it still under
It's-
destruction?
it's it's undergoing a major overhaul right now, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Find out how soon it'll be available again. Just so you know.
It's undergoing a major overhaul.
Yeah.
Schedules don't happen.
Right, or rather, there may be a schedule, but reality may not stick
Well,
to it.
if you get stuck, I would be willing to help, but
Um,
I'm betting that John probably doesn't feel he needs it.
no, he
He has definite ideas of how it should proceed.
Absolutely, and right now, unless you're really good at excavation and concrete work,
I build machines that can be, but no, that doesn't sound like my thing.
no,
Thank you, anyways. Have a
not
good day.
talking to you.
I didn't say anything, did I?
So it is after 9:30 before Edgy is off and dressed and all that, and has had enough of a large enough portion of a cup of coffee to make a phone call. But I bet that's still well before Simon is off.
Well, not well, but before.
Okay, before. So yes, suggestion that he join us for lunch, an early lunch if that works with his schedule, and that's all the message is.
Dryden answers the phone and tells you he will pass that along.
Right. Not want to say anything about the specifics of even a comparatively minor murder case over the phone.
This will be interesting, though. Did you suddenly disappear after telling the detective that you have information relating to his case?
What I will do if he does get back to me is say that the lead I thought I had came to nothing, and I'm sorry to have wasted his time.
Or you
Because-
could give him a good autopsy report.
And true, but he'd want to know who did the autopsy.
It's signed. A. Smith.
Uh-huh.
That is an accurate signature,
Yeah.
and not especially helpful one, but
Right, and nothing in the autopsy report would tell them much of anything they didn't already know,
the one important piece of information is what Jack said as soon as we discovered the stab wounds.
Yeah,
and I
that
am
wouldn't
so
be
not passing that.
that wouldn't be in the autopsy report because,
Well,
quite
It's
honestly,
hearsay anyway.
it's hearsay. Yes.
Hey, Deathpool.
No.
Daft Pool.
No,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's not hearsay. It's based upon observational data that I have obtained.
Thank you for the host, Dane.
You could tell him that, well, the thing that, you could tell him that you found out from your other sources, that the murder was stiletto through the eyes.
Yes, that's true. And then that would increase his respect for my sources, if not necessarily for me, and he might be more willing to talk with me a hypothetical next time.
Yes.
But I still wouldn't be telling him anything I didn't already know. That's
Well, that'd be a neat trick if you could tell him something you don't know.
no, something he didn't
That's what I
already
said,
know.
though. That's what you said, though.
Yeah.
Then I misspoke.
Yes, you did.
And
That's
and
fine.
the thing is, depending on the, you're making some assumptions about the competency of the coroner.
I'm guessing that he would have detected the stab wounds to the eyeball. They'd
Yes.
be a little
See-
hard to miss once you look on.
It would be hard for your character to miss. It's absolutely obvious, but the eyes sealed back up.
Ah,
So you see, it is not obvious, and you are a coroner, which means you are starting at average.
that's the point.
And if
No,
you
I-
roll 0, you get average, which means you
And
miss
if you
it.
roll -3,
You really miss it.
you would have no idea what
Yeah.
happened to this guy.
And for
we
that matter, I could-
and from what Andy has said, this coroner might actually be mediocre, or possibly even poor. But
and,
That's
and
unlikely.
I could even
No.
even throw in. I've heard some things suggesting that that the killing was done by a member of a rival gang, but nobody's willing to talk
Well, there's a
details.
surprise.
You don't
Yeah.
think anyone already suspects that?
Yes,
Like, really?
right. But again, convincing him I have sufficiently useful sources that I might be worth talking.
that
to
isn't-
next.
There's
Convincing
a
him of
high
anything.
probability that the message never even got to the detective.
That unfortunately is true too. And if he never gets back to me, I won't worry about it.
Well, he's not going to get back to you.
Not unless he comes to a dead end and thinks you might be.
His last
We'll see.
chance. But no.
It depends on how bored and how curious he is. But yeah,
Well,
if I don't hear from him, I won't be surprised.
Okay. Remember how much they care.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the
It's an Italian. It's a low-level Italian mobster who was killed, whose body was discovered in Chinatown, a precinct that they kind of leave alone mostly, and let the Chinese take care of their own.
Yeah. Like I said, if he never gets back to me, it's not a problem.
And like I said, he never will.
Your prediction is noted.
My prediction will be true.
That's basically repeating the prediction.
Yes. There you go.
I will spend some time gathering together an emergency medical kit because we know what the person in Moscow is supposedly suffering from. We know that won't really be what he's suffering from. And if we're to do anything about it, I'm going to need some medical stuff.
So,
Between the best kit Annie can come up with, Simon's potion chest, and those goggles that spot mystery stuff using both mysteries and science. I know, but with all of those resources together, we might possibly actually be able to cure the guy if we decide we want to.
Well, okay. When it's 11 o'clock in the morning, operator, give me the Wells residence.
Well, actually, about 10:30 in the morning, there's a phone call to the Century Club asking for Edgy.
Okay. So,
We've got people in Europe watching us.
Yay!
Yay!
Not in Russia?
No. It's not as far as
It
I
is
know.
Dryden
informing
informing him that Simon will be at the Century Club about noon.
all right. Well, I will pass it. I will check for any of us in. I'm at the Century Club. I will send out a radio. Can you talk to anybody who's within range? Which would be maybe Rick, probably Annie, and Jack.
Yes, I can talk. I've been getting ready for this mission all night.
Okay.
So
Well, Simon, will
If you
be here
really
about
need me
noon.
to,
Huh?
if you really need me to,
Yeah.
Simon is within range. Simon's brownstone is within range. Remember?
I would,
it's like Jack's stuff is in range.
I wasn't trying to reach Simon. That I was trying to.
So-
Don't have any easy way to call everybody but Simon.
So we gonna get together at the Century Club, like at noon or something.
That
Do
was
this?
what I was thinking. So we
Okay.
can figure
I'll
out
be there at noon.
plans. All right.
So, is
You are the
Professor
silliest
Simpson
Joe.
up in his room or in the science lab?
Yes, he is actually in the science lab right now.
Okay. I will go up and visit with him because
Down.
he's
Yeah.
down. You're right. Down. Because he is more of an expert at the whole organic chemistry stuff. He might have
Yes.
some insights on the things that ill does
As
and
I
how
don't
to prepare.
think he's crossed paths with Ill personally, not as far as
Well,
I
then
know.
Okay.
But yeah. You could still.
But he's
You can talk to him.
probably
That's
Yep.
certainly that. Yeah, there's nothing preventing you from doing that.
Does he know this person that the others are calling ill, or has he heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Oh, okay.
So the biggest rumor that I've heard was that during the Great War, he was being mentored by someone, and the two of them were the reason that the Spanish flu existed.
That is the rumor, yes. And
So
several of the people that I'm now traveling with believe it.
I heard that from one of the older members of the Century Club.
Okay. Well, he is also a paid assassin. He's gone after the president. He's gone after a few other people. And
Yes, he seems to be an expert at weaponizing diseases.
yes,
Um,
and the others have reason to believe that he is currently targeting. Is it Lenin?
Lennon.
Lenin. You may have heard that he's.
I've heard of Lenin.
Well, you may have heard that he is ill.
Yes,
He's
Well,
unwell.
he is unwell. Yes.
And so I've done such and such to try and prepare for it if I have to fix something he does. I'm wondering if you have any insights, any thoughts of how better to prepare. Oh, my preparations also include a biosuit. Hopefully it won't come to that.
So,
And describe the weird trap that he set where the water pressure, when the pressure was released, it released an agent. He's a tricky one.
yes. So, I mean, one of the things that I've heard about him is that he is very good at deceiving people, at putting on disguises. If you think you figured, it's one of those things where if you think you figured him out, then he's probably got you fooled. No, I mean,
You can't prepare for everything.
you can't prepare for it. I really don't. I mean, I've never encountered him. I've never had to deal with him.
I hope
only
that,
heard-
that continues.
I've only had to well, I mean, during the war, one of the things that I was doing was trying to deal with the Spanish flu, but so that was the closest I've ever gotten to dealing with something that he had done. Though there was another rumor, something about the New York City water supply. I don't know if you've heard that rumor, that he tried to poison it somehow.
No, that's not a rumor. You stop him.
Does
You're not there.
I don't know how much
I
we
don't
talked to Annie about that one.
I don't know that Danny knows of that one.
Okay, but basically his big thing is he is able to
Weaponize
diseases. I mean, make them just
And he
so
isn't-
much worse than
and he
they
isn't
started.
particularly careful that he only gets his.
No, he does not care at all. I can't even understand the mindset of somebody who would cause the death of 60 million people.
I don't want to understand the mindset of somebody who would do that.
Well, he did. I mean,
Yes.
he was one of two people, apparently, who
We're
was
involved.
responsible for that. So,
The question was raised if we told Annie much about our first encounter with Il when he was trying to poison New York's water supply.
and I don't believe you have.
You haven't told Rick. But then again, he's not there either.
I don't think we have.
No.
We should fill Annie and Rick in on
Past encounters.
everything we know and everything we know about Il and all encounters we have had with him.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, when it's noon, we can do that.
Uh-huh.
So, when you know when it's
I
noon, because
think
Jack is
for his
patiently
time-
waiting in the
What's he
Century
working
Club.
on now?
He has some sort of weird tissue sample that it doesn't look normal. There's something weird about this tissue sample.
Are you making?
No, there was this very large creature that showed up in the science
yes,
lab.
Jack put it.
And
there
this
for
is
you.
a tissue sample from it. It's not mammalian.
It was
isn't-
underwater. I would
Um,
expect it to be aquatic,
it-
fish-like maybe.
but it isn't like any fish tissue I have ever seen before.
Oh, what's different?
The cells are more, well, the nuclei is more complicated than a normal fish cell is.
So it'd be more like a human nucleus?
Yes, but it's definitely not human. The tissue is not human.
The creature was, as far as I can tell, intelligent
Well,
and sentient.
It certainly, it was like a bipedal organism,
Yep.
And it did have a fairly large brain, but not for its size. I mean, it was a very large creature.
I saw it.
I mean, it had a brain that was approximately human size, but the brain structure is very different than a human brain structure.
Okay.
Have you ever seen like a brain coral before? It looked very much like that.
She probably has.
Yeah.
So. Are you
Good night,
saying,
Linky.
Are you saying it might be a multiple entities in one brain, or
No. But the structure is just very unusual.
okay?
Well, for instance, there's for a human brain. There's a dividing down the middle.
Yep.
There's no such division of this brain.
Oh, because
The area that I would think would be the prefrontal cortex is massive on this thing, much larger than a human's.
Well, if the brain is that different, you can't even assume that the functions would be in the same place.
That's true, as a matter of fact. Yes, I mean, but it's where
So does it still have pituitaries and some of?
It has a glandular system, but not one that I've been able to figure out.
Well, it sounds like you have an
Tell
interesting.
Jack you want a live one.
It sounds like
A live one this size, though.
It sounds like you have an interesting thing to investigate.
Yes, I do.
Have a good day, and thank you for your time. And I'll let you know if I come up with any more information on it. We just sort of ran into it, but I think the others know more about it than I do.
Okay,
It
well.
ran into us.
Yeah, well, makes you feel better. I ran into it a few times.
And then I'll go make the meeting.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So it's noon. You're in the main dining area of the Century Club. I am assuming that's where you are.
Do we want a private room today?
No strong preference myself, but
Well, there are private dining areas off the main dining area, so you normally would reserve one, but you could just walk into one that doesn't have a reserved sign on it and claim it, I guess.
Jack walks over, grabs a piece of paper, it's reserved.
Okay. Well, you've reserved it.
It's reserved now.
Not in the normal way, but you've reserved it, yes.
I was gonna say, if we ask the concierge,
Polite.
A SJ.
All right. Fine.
so
Okay, well, I'm ready to go to Russia.
we can
If we
we
want
can
to go
take
to-
Simon's position as being stated at this point, I think.
Oh, we can go to the border and try to get a hold of her. But we're going to be a lot closer there to Russia by doing that than we are right now.
Granted, I have no objection to that approach.
So the airship is by now in Warsaw.
Okay.
So I had to do a U-turn and wait at the Russian border.
How would we? There's the big border, and
Well, say it's outside of a certain town.
Let's just go to Warsaw and go from there.
Okay, fine. How long is it
Okay,
gonna
so
take to go from
they
Warsaw
told
to the
you
Russian
that
border?
they were coming up on Warsaw, which means that they'd already gone through, well, probably Belarus, and a large chunk of Poland, and not a whole lot of Russia, but.
Moscow is fairly far west in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Belarus
Yes?
was one of the early joiners of the USSR.
Yes, it is part of the USSR.
So what does Baba Yaga consider Russia?
It's a good question.
The instructions were Russia,
Yes.
not the USSR.
Besides, if we're wrong, we'll just get our attention even better.
I don't think that's referred to as better.
So
Why don't we walk up? We could walk up to the Belarusian border with Poland, and metaphysically knock there. And if there's no answer, then we could go to the Belarus-Russia border and knock there.
True.
Fair enough. No objection to that idea either.
Well, it doesn't take a lot of time. Also,
Knock on the metaphysical border.
yeah.
You
see.
probably don't want the details.
I said metaphysically knock on the border.
Yes. you just like yanking her
Pick a card, any card.
yeah, pulling her leg, that's what it is. Yes, that's what you like to do.
I don't know.
I would like to get permission to go into Russia. There's so many fun things in Russia. I was kind of disappointed to get.
The bums rush.
Well,
But you said that this woman is not someone to be messed with.
How do you know that legends could be wrong?
she just looked like a middle-aged peasant woman to you.
Yeah, but
Not especially even well-dressed peasant woman.
but
And well, that says everything then.
looks
Looks
be
can be
very
deceiving, that is true.
deceiving.
And
That
it
is something Annie would know.
And it is true that she did kind of just appear out of nowhere.
Jack can do that. It's not.
Well, yeah.
It's not a bizarre thing. People
Well-
can do that.
It's not an ordinary.
It is not an
thing
ordinary
either.
thing. It means you have to be at least a little skilled at something.
So are we? Where are we going to go? And
Well, we go to Warsaw, we get on the airship, we turn the airship around, and go to these borders and try getting a hold of her.
all right.
Now, I don't want to waste a lot of time doing this, so here's the deal. We get into Moscow, we're in a stealth Zeppelin. We want to go to where Lenin is. What are we going to do? We're going to tell him that we're going to try to save his life after they threw us out. We're going to tell him that we know who did it. Or are we going to go and be more subtle, like replace Lenin with someone in disguise and have him get better, and then Il will be pissed off and have to come back and try to figure out what went wrong.
Well,
That
I've
is-
already got the guy in my.
You already got Il?
airship.
Where
By
is
the
he?
way, can we release him now?
That's a question for Simon.
Oh, yeah, I'll shoot him in the head for you. You know.
I don't think that's the kind of release Annie was referring to. And if you want to roll empathy, you can, you can
really
find
don't-
out if you think that's true.
Let me take
I
a
really
good look at him, and then I'll be able to
I
answer the
really
question.
don't care. You want him gone, I can get rid of him for you.
Looking to Simon. That sounds like an excellent way to deal with it. Okay. So, first step is Warsaw.
The guy's a crook. I mean, come on.
He's not a crook, he's a spy.
First,
And same difference.
first step is Warsaw.
Yes.
Yes.
So we should go there. I have what things I thought would potentially be useful, including the biosuit. Some of you might want to consider grabbing yours. Mine,
Warsaw is not that dangerous.
Warsaw
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose
Mm-hmm.
taking biohazard suits is a good idea.
Unfortunately, yes. So, I do like my idea, though, of disguising somebody as Lennon and saying that he got better, even if the real Lennon croaks,
That is
Well-
potentially useful.
then he'll come back.
If we could sneak into his living area, we might be able to determine how ill is administering the disease.
It might already have been administered.
It might be.
But the point is, I think we can easily sneak into where he is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a huge problem. I don't seem to have the biosuit listed.
So write it down now.
Yes. I don't know for sure where Edgy would be keeping it either, but presumably he's got storage space you could use somewhere in the Century Club.
Yeah, you have a room there, don't you?
Well, yes, true. I don't know how big the closet is, and I need some of that space for more mundane things than biohazard suits.
I think
But
you
yes, I
I wouldn't
suppose.
call biohazard mundane in this mission.
Hmm?
I wouldn't call it mundane in this mission.
No, I mean, that's storing a biohazard suit is not the only use I have for that closet, but yes, I could certainly have it stuffed into the back of the closet. That makes some sense. And since its disposition hasn't been, that's odd. I find on my inventory list something that just says one card with a rectangle carefully drawn around the word card. I'm wondering what that's supposed to remind me of.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't expect anyone else would have.
So does everyone have everything they need?
As far as I know,
I have
think I'm
everything
going
I
to-
could think of that I might want.
Oh,
I'm going to
There
go
is-
say knapsack
I don't
rather
know
than a
about
phone.
what I need, but I have what I thought I might be
I don't
useful.
suppose anyone in all their research of Baba Yaga determined like any she has any weaknesses.
Really not. Sometimes she could be
Didn't-
negotiated
didn't
with,
research
but
her.
outright weakness, I didn't spot.
Well, I do have one thing to do. Be right back. Go out. There is a phone.
Okay.
All right, operator. Actually, I have a dial phone. I got high tech here.
Yes, you're not talking to an operator. You're
I'm
directly dialing
I'm
to
directly-
explain why you're leaving town again right now.
I'm directly dialing the Vanderbilt residence.
Yes. Vanderbilt residence.
After greatly
Hi,
conjuring my
this is
brains,
Jack.
do I
Is
think of any
Harris available?
weaknesses in Baba Yaga?
No.
Okay.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Uh,
Lovely confident, one could say.
you ask for Paris, I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yep.
And yes, she's available. I'll get her for you.
Thank you.
So about 30 seconds later, she's, Jack. I was actually having lunch. Is there something that you didn't want to have lunch with me? Did you? That's not it, right?
No, that's not it. Well, due to the nature of my work, I find that
Wait,
I have
what?
to leave town again.
So the moment you say, due to the nature of my work, she immediately interjects, wait, what? Make a rapport roll.
I suspect make is the operative word.
That would be. You could beat me here.
You know, as Jim, sometime I should say, fail and will roll, fail, whatever.
I thought you were going to be in town for a while. That was the impression that you gave me.
That was the impression I had until I got some very disturbing news, which is very personal to me. And I don't even want to tell you because I don't want to put you at risk.
Fine. How long will you be gone this time?
Well, I honestly don't know, but
Oh,
remember,
Jack!
remember last time I came back early?
Jack!
Arguing that you get to hold over days will not work.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. I have a lead on the man who murdered my grandfather, and I'm going after it.
Okay. Well. Fine.
That's actually rapport, not deceit.
Yes. That's why you made a rapport roll, and it was good enough. You have convinced her. She does not seem happy about this.
And don't
Because
tell
she
anyone.
feels like you kind of deceived her the last time you were talking about how long you'd be in town.
Well, I didn't realize that this hopefully soon to be corpse was active.
Fine. Well, come back soon.
I will come back as soon as I'm able. Okay, hang up the phone. Love you very much. I'll see when I
You
get
hung
back.
up first and then said,
Yeah, oh well, forget it. Say to myself. So I'll go back. Okay, I got that taken care of now. Now we can leave. Oh, Simon, you might want to call Cornelia.
Yes.
Have
Okay.
fun.
I go call Cornelia. Hi.
hello.
Since it sounds like the plan.
Jack got a lead on the current location of the guy that killed his grandfather.
Oh, really?
Yes. And he needs some help going and dealing with him.
Well, I'm sure that all the rest of the group.
Unfortunately, the guy has talents that are my realm of expertise.
Dancing?
No.
Oh.
He's not wearing no shoes. He's not a good dancer.
Does she know that?
Yes.
Okay.
But he seems to be dancing very well now.
Yeah.
Well, because he didn't want to be stepping on her feet during the wedding reception.
So how long will you be gone?
Probably no more than a couple of weeks.
Now, when I said I didn't really need you for anything right now, did you somehow think that meant that I would not need you for the rest of the month? Or
No. This information has just recently come up. I didn't know about it the last time I was talking to you.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, I know. The information came up overnight.
You want to make a rapport roll right now?
Sure.
Yeah, but we'll put in a ring first.
I can't.
Okay.
The rings are on cloud 9.
Well, that's good.
That's really helpful, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to give Simon a motive for going at least as far as Warsaw.
Oh, okay.
My fiance, Cornelia.
Certainly an appropriate aspect.
Hopefully
probably the second roll was better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
better by exactly the amount he got by bumping it up to the fate point.
No, actually, it was up better by 1.
Oh, yeah.
It went
So-
from -1 to a wash.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why he spent it for a reroll. Normally at
shouldn't
minus,
have.
yeah, -1 usually means you just bump it up by 2.
He was
Nothing
feeling
ventured,
off.
nothing gained. That gets me up to a fair resolve.
Okay.
Fair.
Fair report. Yes.
Fair.
Yes. My base report is mediocre.
Yeah. So yeah.
Why do you think he developed the ring?
Yeah.
There's no chance that you're going to die or something horrible like that. You're just tracking this person, is that right? Jack is going to be confronting him.
Yes.
You aren't going to be confronting him.
Oh God, I hope not. I'm going to be doing
If
my
you
level
die
best to
before our
avoid that.
wedding, I will never, ever, ever forgive you.
I understand.
Fine.
Could actually improve on that by if I die before our wedding, I'll never forgive myself either. She might not think that was funny.
So, I guess I will see you in a couple of weeks.
I wish I could be more specific.
Oh, please.
If
If you want to make an empathy roll, you don't really need to, but if you want to, you could try that. And yeah, she's so not happy with you right
Yeah, I
now.
Hey, she's gonna go out and have someone make a doghouse just for you.
Oh, like Paris is really overjoyed with you.
Hey, I got
Probably the same construction company, actually.
probably. Hey, I have a legitimate reason though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Simon has a legitimate reason too. He sticks up for his friends.
Yes, fine. Okay, I'll see you whenever you get back then.
yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Didn't mean to eavesdrop, Simon. It didn't sound like it went real well.
It could have gone better.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
also probably could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, there was room for improvement. Yeah, she could be sending you your ring back.
So, I don't think anybody else has other people to call. So,
Oh, that reminds me. Just out of curiosity, was Karkin in either last night's papers or this morning's papers?
no.
Okay, thank you.
Must
You
not
want
be
to
in
talk to
town.
Karkin?
No, I want to know what he's up to so I can avoid him.
No, him. He's doing some deal with the Soviets.
I'm
That
sending a
would be
message to the mystery
inconvenient.
telling them that I'm going to be out of town for a while.
Okay.
Is the mystery still coming back from Cuba?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So how do you do that?
Thought we said it was back.
No.
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 Okay.
No, it was
No,
it was
you-
like 2 days
How,
out. Yeah.
how you do it is you leave it at the dock
Yeah.
where it'll come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, but you're not contacting them now.
Yeah. Let the harbor master know that when the ship comes in that they need to get this notice. Okay. Well,
And maybe Adam will be back in town before I get back. Actually, I really do hope I beat him back.
So, I guess we're off to Warsaw.
So how long gonna?
you're walking, right?
Yep.
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if I get a Fabergé egg, that'll make her happy.
You know, if you came up with
So
with
side
some
trip
way
to
that we could
St.
hike
Petersburg?
across the
Mhm.
ocean.
Excuse me,
But
Leningrad?
that'd be
Yeah,
tedious
it's not
Leningrad
as
yet.
well
No,
as
it'd be
time
Stalingrad, but
consuming.
not
Very
Stalingrad, yeah.
boring landscape for a
So I
while.
think that'd be
Also
St.
really
Petersburg, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Stalingrad
right at the
is
surface of the
south
ocean
of
this
Moscow,
time of year.
south and east,
Yeah,
south and west of Moscow.
Stalingrad was St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg became
up
Stalingrad.
north.
Then
Yeah.
it switched back.
Let's see. It was St. Petersburg, and then Petrograd, then Leningrad, then back to Petrograd, and now it's St. Petersburg again.
Oh,
So maybe it's Petrograd right now?
Could be Petrograd right now.
They lose track.
So, how are you getting there? Walking is not going to actually be a way to do that.
well, I guess I'm gonna have to teleport us. Crap.
When was the last time Jack was in Warsaw?
Flew over it.
That isn't a
Okay, fine. I'll teleport us to Cloud 9 because I've been in that.
Okay.
If it's
Guess that works.
You might. Oh well, I guess we'll surprise them. Guess what? I'll hush us so we're not scared everyone. How about that? One. Legendary.
Okay.
Okay.
How did you do that, Jack?
We're in the loading bay of Cloud 9. Well, you're home, Annie.
How did you do that, Jack?
Is Macy still Gimbal?
The city was renamed Petrograd in 1914. At the beginning of World War I, because it sounded less German, was then named Leningrad after the death of Vladimir Lenin in 1924.
Okay.
So it will soon be named Leningrad, but it is currently named
Petrograd.
Petrograd. All right. So, using your magical teleport device, you pick up the entire rest of the group and teleport because you have seen it before. You can do that, I guess, to the loading area of Cloud 9.
You've
Was it-
seen
was
him
it-
do this before.
Was there anyone about?
The Russian spy is being kept in the loading area,
Yes.
so he's over there.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll hush us then, because... Well, you want to go tell your crew you're here. You want to go check out this Russian spy.
Yep.
I'll tag along with Simon.
I'll come with you, just in case he needs to be shot.
All right. Well,
I will go inform them that we're here.
how did you? What? Weren't you just in New York City?
Yes.
How did you get here?
Jack brought us.
Jack has some way of doing it, and it's giving me a headache.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how the heck I maintain security in the advent of such things.
That's potentially a problem.
Okay.
Anyways, they're currently in the loading area. We'll be needing the guest room set up, but
All
I
right.
think they were before. So.
Okay.
So
So what is it that you're trying to do?
I have examined this guy before. I have found the
Magical traces of
magical
the contract.
traces of the contract.
Yes.
So I'm looking for those magical traces.
Okay. First thing, you're definitely going to have to go inside of the protective circle.
That's true. I'm going to have to do that.
But once you've done that, yes, you can.
I will do that.
You're gonna step over the circle.
Yep.
Oh, you dragged one foot.
Yeah. No.
Only if it almost might as well.
Staying
You're all terrible in your athletics, and oh.
Okay. That would be there. I really want to know which will be there. Can I tag that I know it, that I have
Yes.
seen this thing that I've been
Yes.
looking at before,
You can. That's.
and I don't need to.
That'd be great, Ken.
That's a free tag. That gets me the Godlight +1.
Okay.
What?
That's pretty good. Then.
The contract is still in place.
The contract is still in place. Okay.
So what will happen if you just undo the circle or let him walk out of it?
A creature comes and takes his soul. Maybe.
Yeah, the
What?
question is, yes, the contract is still in place.
He violated the contract, but you put a protective circle around him so nobody would be able to detect him.
Right.
Well, for the time being, I guess we leave him.
There's the interesting question. Okay, so he violated the contract
Yes.
while he was under some protection.
Yes.
Then the guy who was holding the contract became
was-
deceased.
Who was
Well, the guy who was
One of the other parties.
One of
one of the
parties.
other parties
One
in
of
the
the other parties.
contract, yes, but it was Baba Yaga's contract.
yes, that's true.
So, what do we make this guy a gift for?
She doesn't do the contract enforcement. I hate to say she has minions that do the contract enforcement
Well,
because that's not a minion.
That's not a minion. No.
If there's
She
such
has
a thing as a
colleagues?
spirit minion,
I
She
don't.
has entities
She has
to
a
take-
contract.
Creatures.
She has a service that takes care of it.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's
More like a service.
right? And souls harvested
So
upon
Annie comes
request
back
for
to
a very
the
minor fee.
loading dock and says, "So, tell me the good news. When can he leave?"
He's still under a death sentence the moment he steps out of that circle.
That's not good news. Let's try this again.
We can ask.
Okay.
We're going to be talking to her anyway.
So,
Talking beats some of the alternatives.
where should we set our course for?
The Belarusian border.
Any particular place?
No.
Or-
Might as well take the bearing
Okay.
that would get us into
Moscow.
Russia the quickest.
Well, no, to Moscow the quickest.
Okay,
I-
sure.
Because
They're
he's in
probably
Moscow, right?
similar, but not. I
That's
guess.
Yes.
our last location.
Oh, I suppose I should check again.
Oh,
I brought it along with,
Yeah.
Right.
and you have these nice maps.
Is James here?
Not here, but yes, I can get you a map of. It's an aerial map. Do you know?
That's fine.
Okay.
So, did James come with us?
No.
Okay. This is the
I
plus
will
one.
go up to the pilot's area.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that we supposedly want to go just outside the political borders of Russia, and ask if for a few minutes I could.
Just outside the political border of
Belarusia.
Belarus.
Belarus.
Belarus or
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
part of the
yeah,
USSR,
for-
or whatever it's called right now.
And ask if I could borrow an aerial map for about 15 minutes.
Certainly.
I think
They're
the-
your maps.
Actually, they would not be maps, they would be charts.
Well,
Charts.
I think whatever term USSR
You
is
still ask the
the
pilot.
anglicized version of.
yeah.
I think they
JJJ.
settled. Right. They settled on that pretty early on.
I bring back an aerial chart.
Roll.
Okay.
Gotta remember it.
I don't want to watch this.
Yes.
do I?
Yeah.
No,
and
you don't.
Cyrillic is based on Greek, kinda, sorta.
Kind of, sort of.
Well, I'll use that one if I don't know a better one. I really want to know.
Okay.
We all really want to know, except me.
Which which gets me to godlike +2.
Yeah, Moscow.
Still in
Okay.
Moscow. Okay.
Right.
I'll take the chart back. And come back and lead them to the guest rooms.
So, how long will it take us to make
Get to
the bail?
Belarus.
Yeah.
Uh, 2 hours.
That's not worth trying anything fancy. We might as well.
Okay.
Might as well just.
I'll let you know when we're there.
Thank you.
So as soon as the guy steps out of the circle, or the circle is erased, or anything happens that breaks it, he's dead and his soul's gone, or his soul was gone in a way that kills him.
Yeah.
Are you saying that in front of Annie?
I'm talking to Simon. I think Andy is just
After Annie has left.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
okay. I can understand.
And in the hearing of the guy you're discussing.
Yes.
No, I brought you back to the guest rooms. I
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
So,
Yeah. So probably in the hallway outside.
Or in one of our guest rooms.
Yeah. Whichever.
yeah, you,
I wouldn't care if it was in his
There-
hearing.
there
I
are
mean,
locked doors between the loading
Yes.
bay and where you're left.
Right. Anyway.
Okay, 2 hours passes.
Yay, we're here.
Okay.
You're at the border.
Do you
So-
want to be on the ground to do
I want to
this?
be on the
It might
ground
have
to do
something
this.
to do with Earth.
All right.
energies.
Lead them back to the loading dock and show them the bungee cords we have. Here's how they work.
Down I go.
Want me to, or are you gonna do this solo?
So are you gonna do it? You gonna do it athletics then?
Yes.
Make sure you don't land on your head or something.
That is a fantastic athletics roll.
Okay. You alight gently upon the ground.
Like you've done this 100 times, and I gather you're doing this solo.
I could do this solo.
Okay. And what exactly are you doing? Somehow knocking
Well,
metaphysically, or
I'm trying to identify where the border is.
it's about 20 feet that way.
Okay. I will walk up to it.
Actually, 50 feet that way, but it's
Yeah, close enough.
it's
Yeah.
an easy walk from where you are.
Yes.
And there's no road right here. It's
Yeah.
sort of
That's probably just
farmland, basically.
So I walk up to the border,
Okay.
and then I,
Before you go on, what ringers are you wearing?
probably nothing that's gonna be a. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I'm back here and had that.
Yeah,
I've got to
You had
change.
2 hours and
I had
access
2 hours
to your
to
jewelry
change.
box.
I had
so
access to
whatever
my jewelry
ones you
box.
want.
Okay. Yes, I'm wearing those 3. I'm wearing the Platinum Dragon Choker, which is Mysteries' Rapport, Mysteries' Empathy. I'm wearing the yellow gold ring with the star ruby, Mysteries' Resolve, and the platinum ring with sapphire, Mysteries' Contacting.
That, yes, okay. So you've got all of those at fantastic, effectively.
Epic.
Okay.
At Epic?
Epic.
Okay.
I lost track of 1
mysteries
plus
are
1, I guess.
superb.
Mysteries are superb, and then there are 2 tattoo artifacts.
Ah, right. Yes.
And so I'm using Psychic to knock on the border to try and get Baba Yaga's a mystical knock at the border. Trying to
You are a psychic.
Yep.
You can send as well as receive using that ability. Not quite as effectively, but yeah.
The spirits say,
Okay.
gives me an awe-inspiring result.
You're pretty sure that you're shouting in an empty room.
Okay. I will walk back.
Bungee cord still there, so you can come up.
Grab the bungee cord and pop up and say, okay, Russian border.
Okay. In other words, nothing happened here.
Nothing happened
She doesn't
here.
care about Gallows.
She doesn't care about this border.
Interesting.
Okay. And says in a very unconvinced way.
Yeah. If you were watching, you saw him
Simon,
walk to where you had pointed out where the border was,
stand there.
stand there for a few
moments
seconds, and
walk
then
back.
walk
Yep.
back.
Back, yeah.
He didn't say anything. He didn't actually physically do anything. He just
She would not have watched.
okay.
Just in case he did something unnervingly weird that she wouldn't want to see.
Funny little dance or something. No.
Okay. I'll give the pilot the new coordinates and we'll start.
Which I believe will just be continue on the same heading, because
Basically.
we picked, heading straight for Moscow is our. I mean,
All right.
if I had a more
Another
detailed
couple
map
hours.
of
Another
it,
couple of hours, yes. Belarus isn't that big, and you move really fast.
And it's
There you are at the next border.
next border.
Pot of tea and a sandwich.
plan.
There's no way I'm trying to use intimidation on Bobby.
That's
That would-
probably a wise choice.
Okay, back down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Start walking forward to looking for the border.
Okay.
And probably
Is it
psychic
pretty much where she
healing.
pointed out to be?
Yes.
Okay. And then do the same knock knock at the border for trying to get Baba Yaga's attention.
Knock, knock, knocking at Baba's door.
What do I want to use for this one? I have weird luck.
Hmm.
Godlike.
Okay.
This is a
What message are you trying to send this time?
the message I'm trying to send is I would like to talk about something going on in Russia that I think you will consider a bad thing.
Okay. You're here to warn her about something. Kind of.
Kind of.
All right. So last time it felt like there was nothing that
Right.
you contacted. This time you feel like you've made a contact.
Okay.
I can't really tell you more than that.
I will attempt to pass along the additional information that a current leader of Russia is being attacked by a man of mystical talent that one of my colleagues has, and one of my colleagues has a personal interest in this man.
Okay. Well, nothing happens instantly. Like I said, you felt, at least on that first message, that there was a contact made.
What time of day is it right now?
It is, let's see.
About 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's evening. Late.
Oh,
I was going to say, given
midnight. It would have been about 8 o'clock when we got to Warsaw, local time.
Yeah.
2 hours to Belarus and a couple more hours to Russia.
So yeah, it's about the middle of the night.
After about a half hour of waiting for Simon, I'll bring down the sandwiches and ask him, do you need a tent or anything?
Oh, are you waiting for a whole half hour before
Yes.
you? Okay. So about 15 minutes later, in addition to being very dark because it's the middle of the night and cold because it's the middle of January,
right.
and you're on the Russian border.
Mm-hmm.
It is also extremely cloudy and there is light snow coming down.
Okay.
About 15 minutes later, you sense something is descending from the clouds, and there is Baba Yaga, same visage as last time, in kind of a big, like, ceramic bowl.
Right.
Yes. Odd choice of contraptions to fly in, but hey, everybody's got their own personal style.
It's traditional for her.
Yeah, for her, but God only know where
So you're
that
telling me-
tradition came from.
So you're telling me that having a hut that moves around in chicken legs is normal?
Well, no.
I'm saying it's traditional,
Yeah.
which is
But that is not
quite
how
the same thing.
that's not how she got here, though. She didn't come in.
She came in a cauldron.
No, I think it's
No.
actually a mortar and pestle, a
The
very
big-
oversized mortar and
The
pestle.
big ceramic bowl is a pestle.
Yes,
Okay.
No, mortar.
Mortar is a crushing thing.
Okay, so
Yes.
the pestle.
yes, it's the pestle.
She's
The
holding
vessel
on.
is a vessel.
Yes.
Yes,
She's holding on to the mortar.
yes, she uses the mortar for steering, as near as I can tell.
So, she's there. She like the last time. She's middle-aged, dressed as a peasant woman.
You went down there by yourself without anyone else?
Yep, that's what he did.
Oh, that was stupid.
So
I'm outside of Russia.
Doesn't matter.
she's landed. She is staring at you. She looks about as happy as the last time you saw her.
Okay.
She's wondering how tasty your blood is.
She's not the crone. If she was the crone, she probably would be more interested in the taste of your blood. But,
Yeah.
I'll send flowers.
All right. Anyway, so
You could be watching.
she's
I'm watching. Uh-oh, I gotta go down there. Down there.
okay.
I do speak fluently.
Yes. Do you speak fluent Russian?
No.
No, I speak French.
I guess
I
I'm
have
gonna
no idea if she speaks French.
I guess I'm gonna have to do the talking. Great.
I will inquire if she
She's-
speaks French.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
So, I will apologize that Russian is not amongst my languages,
Okay.
and that we will have to use, and that I will have to talk in French. I explain about this villain by the name of Ill, and the fact that he's in the process of trying to kill Lenin, and that he also killed.
Okay. About this point, she starts looking at you like you're an idiot.
And my friend Jack here has a bone to pick with ill. Do you care about the fact?
Have
that
you
he's-
come out of stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I came out of stealth. Once
You-
we got there, I didn't startle anyone.
All right.
Nobody-
You never said you dropped stealth.
Actually, I did.
Well,
I thought he did.
I
Okay.
thought he said we don't want to startle the crew.
okay.
But there was no crew there, so
All right.
Anyways.
So she's looking at you like you're an idiot. If you want to make an empathy roll,
Sure.
Turns out she's a Menshevik.
That would be a legendary empathy.
yeah. So, she's
She doesn't care who.
She doesn't care about Lennon.
she already knew what was going on. She's Baba Yaga. So she knew that Lenin was being attacked and didn't do anything about it. So apparently, she doesn't care about that particular guy.
The gentleman in question who's doing the attacking was also responsible for the Spanish flu.
You're using the wrong tense. He is done attacking. The attack
True.
is finished. Lenin is dead.
Oh. He was not dead the last I had heard. I'm sorry.
The idiots in the government are covering it up.
Ah.
They don't know what to do about the fact that Lenin is dead. And so they're issuing public statements, basically, about his health, which are false.
I see.
well, respectfully, I would like to impersonate Lenin to lure this person back to try to figure out what went wrong and that he didn't die. And then I will take
No.
care. And I will eliminate someone who killed a prominent Russian. Let me rephrase
So-
that. Who murdered a prominent Russian.
Yes, he was someone who was responsible for the destruction of people who I had agreements with, and therefore became prominent. But he was very much... He doesn't believe in the old ways. Didn't believe in the old ways, I should say, as he is dead.
I get a feeling that the next guy will be even worse.
I understand.
I personally think the Tsars were better than what they have now.
So why do you think that... All right, you apparently believe that Il is gone because you say you're going to lure him back.
He is.
You seem to think that Il is where?
When I checked a few hours ago, I had detected that he was in Moscow somewhere.
I can tell you he is not.
Do you know when he left?
3 days ago.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, suppose you happen to know
Check.
where he went.
How did you check? What connection do you have that you're using to check?
I'll show it to
Oh,
her.
good. They're having a study session.
She looks at it.
Perhaps. Hopefully not.
Scott has forgotten exactly what it was, the connection
That's a
was
pen.
that thing had. Scott has
Yeah.
forgotten what connection it had.
Yeah, so did I. It's been a while.
Yes.
Years.
it was one of the disease samples, but I'm not sure.
No, it was. I remember when. I don't know where the notes are for then. I developed it when we were in England. When your grandfather was in the process of dying. I was up in Oxford
Okay, so it was long before I joined the
long
group.
before you joined the group.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Just you wait here. She gets back in the
Modern peasant.
mortar vessel. She flies back up in the air again.
So about the time she's left, I'm showing up with the sandwiches and asking, will you be needing a tent? Having just missed this woman fly in a mortar and pestle.
Is the USB thing over here? It's about time. I should probably plug it in. Plug in the phone
Power.
for the power.
Yeah, get you a better power source.
Okay, so
Try that.
try this.
Excuse me. Experiments in AV.
Yes. Alright.
The AV geeks are at work. Okay. Who was
Just
an
one.
AV geek in high school?
I was not.
Can't
Where's the
anything
movie?
with that.
Audio video.
Oh, not me.
That far back. Gamer goes back
Did
far
something
back.
make a sound over there?
Something moved.
Something fell,
Yeah.
but it isn't anything
It isn't
having
the
to do with
camera
the
or
camera. The cord caused something to fall about where the red jar thing is.
So this probably fell.
Probably.
All right. So, how long are you gonna wait? She told you to wait there.
Well, I got thick cards.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very Pasternaky kind of night, so.
Yes, I want the tent. I'm willing to wait days. I don't know how long Jack is willing to wait.
Okay.
Sit down the lantern. I gotta be on the-
Anything
Radio.
else in particular you need?
I need a light.
A light?
Yeah, I need
Okay. I can
plant.
bring down a lantern.
Everyone can come down here and we can all play poker.
It's cold down here.
Yeah, that's cool
I
down
can
here.
deal with a little cold if you
I-
want me on the spot.
I
rather
will
than
relay to the
one
others.
bungee jump away.
Want to
Oh,
practice your gambling, Rick? Try to fleece us?
Why not?
okay. Annie,
Uh-huh.
you probably don't want to be watching when she comes back.
Okay. I was gonna be up where it's warm. Your ship.
makes
so-
That's just fine. I'm just telling you, you probably don't want to be watching
Okay.
us when she comes back.
Okay. I will leave the plate of sandwiches, go get them the camping equipment so that they'll be somewhat comfortable, including a light source. And then go back. Ring me if you need back in the ship.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, just try to do gambling.
And I don't see any reason to stay up all night, so I'm gonna retire. we'll check with the pilot that we'll be able to maintain position on this side of the border without too much effort.
Yeah, there's a snowstorm, but it's not very windy at all.
Okay.
It's a light snow. It is cloudy.
I don't want to have to explain to the scary woman how the winds blew us across the border. I don't think
We
want to.
no, we can definitely keep our position.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, Scott believes she looked at my tracker, took my tracker in her hand,
Yes.
and looked at it and then took it away with her.
Yes.
So she's either going to improve it, or she confiscated it. Now, inventory's going to improve it.
Nice.
Yeah, so am I, but
Notice I used the word leaning towards.
yeah.
Fine. So it's about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Is Rick beating us all?
It's the 21st, isn't it?
Yes.
Is yes.
Local time.
Yes. If you head back really soon, though, it'll be back to the 20.
I don't think we'll be going home that soon, however, this plays out.
All right. So, out of the clouds it descends again.
Right.
There's something in there, in that big ceramic bowl with her that wasn't there last time.
Okay.
She gets out of it. She hands you back your little pendant thingy.
Okay.
She goes back to the bowl and picks up. It's shaped sort of like a big barrel.
Okay.
So this is what that led me to. It probably the barrel could maybe contain 5 gallons
Okay.
of something.
Thank you.
Be careful with it. It appears to be dangerous.
Yeah, I kind of would assume that.
At first glance, it is basically covered in cuneiform.
Okay.
So he found some way to spook your tractor.
Or it's full of the Spanish flu virus. Depending upon what the tracker is tracking.
So, you're not a
It
real big
was
fan.
no. It was. My memory is that we were able to link it to ill, not to something ill named. What it might be, what it might be is, weaponized ill blood.
Well, who here reads cuneiform?
What I
Annie?
hold it. Rick also has
Yes.
gift of
The lingual. The gift
Gift
of
of
tongues,
tongues.
son.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
That's part
And
of why I
he-
had to mess
You
He
around.
know,
was
cross
actually
skills.
in the poker game, so he would.
He's actually down there.
Okay.
So yes, there's all sorts of writing on this. It's apparently designed to make it mystically look like it's him, but it doesn't really refer to what's inside of it.
It's an ill simulacrum.
Uh-huh. The tractor somehow.
Right.
So that vocabulary is highly anachronistic.
It's covered in cuneiform. And you're worried about the language I'm using?
No, I'm worried about the language I'm using. Not to say worried, I'm critiquing.
There's a homunculus in there.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
ill-like in this thing.
So, you're not a big fan of my idea of one of us impersonating Lemon and luring this guy back to Russia so he can be eliminated.
Thought I made myself clear. You are not allowed back in Russia.
I've been very careful this whole time to not step over the border.
What if Lenin turns up at a spa in Switzerland?
Possible.
Or
Depends.
Finland?
Finland would be a bad idea.
No, but Finland would actually make sense of that. He borders Russia.
Yes, Finland borders Russia. Given the history, Finland would be a bad idea. I mean, what would it take to protect Lenin from the Finns?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember when Finland liberated itself from Russia. Actually, I think it was Russia, not the Soviet Union.
It was Russia. It wouldn't have been. Because the Soviet Union had
no.
pretty much
Yeah.
whatever they did, asked them to do, they did.
I think it was 1918. Yeah, they killed a whole lot of Russians before World War II. They would ski through their camps, attack them. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm hearing
Buzz the bug.
the audio warble, whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, it's not
Not bad.
Okay.
it's not bad, but the audio itself is very quiet. for
Okay,
some reason.
Switzerland then. It's possible, but we have to get the Russian government to back it up. In order to do that, we have to talk to them.
Well, the biggest problem I see, and I'm not there, so this would have to be in the morning, is it ill understood enough of our capabilities to figure out a way to fool Simon's tracker, which means he knows about the tracker, which indicates quite a bit of inside knowledge.
And hard with that. Probably.
So you're telling me one of us is a traitor?
No, that he knows too damn much about us.
He would he is unlikely to be fooled by such a stunt, is what I'm really saying.
Probably not. Yeah.
Independence from Russian SFSR, this 6 December 1917.
Okay.
Civil War against Red, Finland, FSWR, 25 January 15 May 1918.
So we've got about a year before they start shooting at each other.
No,
No, it's 1924
it's
already.
1924 already.
So it was 6 years ago.
It was 6 years ago. Oh. I saw a great capture the other day. Nice picture, winter evergreens. 4x4 capture picture.
Right.
Identify all the squares that contain Finnish snipers.
Yeah. That's not a test for whether or not you're human. That's a test for whether or not you have. Well, wouldn't even X-ray vision wouldn't do it. That's wow. Yeah.
It was a joke capture,
Yeah.
but still. Well, my temptation is to get this someplace where we can safely destroy it and then try again.
Yeah, how many of these things do you have? And you could have 100 of them.
We might be able to
fine
get
with
some
her.
idea of how difficult it was for him to make one. What is the outer casing made of?
It doesn't matter. Yes, even if the only reason this is even going to sort of work was to be able to lure him out by having his target not die. If he doesn't have a new target, he can't use that reasoning.
I have nothing against the thought of having Lenin appear somewhere outside of Russia.
Yeah, but he's not going to buy it.
Maybe not. You don't know till it's tried.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost us much to try.
Listen, I don't have mimicry, okay, so I can't sound like him. I can look just like him, but I can't sound like him. And since he's dead, I'm not going to be able to listen to him speak, unless they got it recorded.
Well, there will certainly be some recordings of his speeches. I don't know.
Well, that would be enough, but it's beyond my ability to do that.
So Baba Yaga has been standing here waiting for you guys to be done with her. Don't you know somebody who can do that?
Yeah, but...
No?
Do we know somebody who isn't presently in Russia?
Yeah, but they're presently in Russia.
Well, the last we knew they were in Russia.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a problem with you making phone calls into Russia or using a radio to contact people in Russia.
I see. You came out with more. Oh, okay. Up you come. I will also point out, he's been ill. One of the symptoms that that he could be functioning under is he's lost his voice.
Yeah.
Way? Yes, you're a fine child. You're a very fine child.
Okay. I think the best idea at this moment is to thank Baba Yaga for the education in Ill's abilities. And
Yes.
her assistance, and we let her get back to protecting Russia. Unless you can think of some other
You wanna go back? You wanna go
reason
back?
to keep
I
her occupied.
Nope.
certainly
No.
don't know of any reason to delay her. That's going to go from
And also, thank you for
yes.
letting us know we can talk to people in Russia.
Yes.
Personally, no strong desire to return. Good.
Annie would have liked the option, but she's not there to discuss this.
With this person who's flying around in a big ceramic bowl.
Fine, she gets back into her bowl, as long as we have an understanding, and back up into the air.
Yeah, for now we do.
Unfortunately,
Which I'm
the
guessing-
unfortunately, the song that just went through my mind has not been written yet.
It's all over now.
I
Up in the
hear
air,
it.
Junior Birdman.
What?
Up in the air, Junior Birdman. You want that? No.
We'll meet again some sunny day. Anyway, right. So we either contact John Doe and have him do a full impersonation of Lenin somewhere outside of Russia.
I bet he can mimic Lenin's
Yeah.
voice.
That would be a
sure
good
could.
bet.
I would be amazed if he couldn't.
I bet he was sitting, 2 rows back and 1 seat to the right. So.
Well, it's definitely worth a phone call or a radio call to him. I don't know how we do that. I mean, I don't have his number. Do you?
No.
We have,
We have
or
to
does
contact.
Annie have some
We have to
means of
contact Hawk. maybe.
radio contact with him directly?
No.
I can't
No.
remember something.
No, the method we have is to contact Hawk.
Yeah.
Then our best bet would be to the nearest place where we could use a phone without that in and of itself creating remarkable stir. Like,
Well, I
you know,
suggest that we teleport over to John Doe's location, and that way we can just jump down and talk to Hawk.
Oh, you mean to
Teleport to New York.
Yes.
to his warehouse in New Jersey? Yes.
Yeah.
New York.
Oh, it is.
It is not in New Jersey.
Yes, it's in New York.
The Bronx, I
I think so.
think? It is across the river, but it's across the river the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my mistake.
Besides, you want to be in New Jersey.
Yeah, proper.
Not
now,
quite as
my-
bad in 1923, 24, but,
The Garden State. Yeah, right. Maybe 200 years ago.
there's gardens in their, yards and stuff. Anyway,
That I, no
So-
problem with that plan.
is that what we're doing then?
Yeah.
Simon, where
Sure.
should this thing be stashed for minimum risk to
Just
innocent
pry it open.
bystanders
It's-
first and then
It's
ourselves?
ceramic, but it does have a large cork driven into a bunghole. So
Huh?
just pry that thing out and
Oh,
pour it
yeah.
out on the ground.
Oh, yeah, right.
Whatever's in
Yeah,
there.
right. No.
How about we have our
I'll drop
resident,
kick it into Russia.
No.
No.
how about we have our resident incorporeal investigator take a look?
Yeah, he's not gonna get a disease.
That seems worth a try. So I roll. Presumably he was doing the best that a non-physical being can to sort of hide behind me when Baba Yaga was around. I'm guessing,
Yes, sure.
but
Doesn't matter. You have a stunt that brings him like that, so.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
okay.
just
Fine.
trying to avoid
So you're
crutches. I'm
having him
asking-
do an
I'm asking
interior
him to-
investigation
to
of the
check out
thing.
this cuneiform covered ceramic barrel.
Okay, for some reason I thought he was in Brooklyn. But I could be very easily mistaken.
Maybe I mean I have the address written down somewhere.
Okay.
I know it's across the river, but
Right.
This one I will
Well, where is it?
8 point. Yeah, right on. East of Mysteries of Egypt.
Isn't that
So
old cuneiform?
that is an
Isn't that
epic
old cuneiform?
mystery roll for how
That's what they used to make on Earth.
we'll be investigating this task thing.
all right. So I mean it's a sealed cask, so it's not like I could really see in there. There's no light source.
Right.
It's filled with liquid and some sort of mechanism so that if there's a pressure release, I think it will make it spray all over the place.
So
Don't open it.
heck.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So if someone were, for example, to try and shift the cork a little bit to get a small sample, it would likely pop open and spray
Spray all
over.
over. And
Okay.
the interior, there's a definite negative mysteries element to it. Like, it's nasty in there.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm dead.
Yes.
Yeah, if I was able to become sick, if I was able to become infected,
You'd
that
be
would
sick
do
just
it.
from poking around on the inside
Yes.
of it. Yes. Well, you know.
I mean, I don't have anything that could feel nauseated,
And
but I
you
feel
still feel
nauseated.
nauseated. Yep. Am I correct in thinking that this is this is very different than the sort of negative energy you were encountering in our undersea
Yes,
adventure.
very
That
different.
was more like a cold, heavy pressure, and
Yes.
this is like more like touching something disgusting or
Yes,
really nasty
absolutely.
taste.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I have another idea.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it seems like the only way to get ill would be to hire him.
Always possible.
Hire him
We
to
could pull
attack
that
Captain
off.
Harkin.
Oh god, that's almost.
If we screw, if we screw up, well,
Hired to attack who?
Harkin.
She wouldn't
Does
approve.
sort of seem like it could be a win-win situation from most of our points of view.
No, but you see, you'd have to be the, I mean, you'd have to actually somehow meet the guy or get enough information to figure out where he is. And then you nail him.
Or how people get a hold of it, yes.
Yeah, which we don't know, by the way.
Yeah. True.
I mean, that was the only thing I was able to come up with so far. Other than catching him, when he's at it, doing one of his instant murders.
No, you can give here.
But you can always try the Lennon I'm alive thing first.
Well, let's go back to New York and contact Hawk.
Okay.
Do we want to take this thing? Yes, us?
Oh, yes. Annie,
After a little bit, she answers regularly. Yes.
I have a ceramic casting down here with that has a cork in it.
Yes.
Apparently a non-permeable cork. I need a container to put it in. I need an permeable container to put it in.
Okay.
Because it's a weaponized disease, and it's 5 gallons of weaponized disease. I don't want it getting loose.
Okay.
Do you have something?
Give me a few minutes.
Yeah.
It would be nice if it was something I could see into. I realize that's making things more complicated.
Would having a window you could walk through?
You just need some fancy
Window would be
steel,
sufficient.
that's all.
Simon,
okay.
is it okay if we work on impermeable and protective now and window later?
Sure.
Okay.
Transparent steel.
I will go look around and try and figure out what is the most secure,
Transparent adamantium.
secure container I have for.
You have like a glove box that you use for handling dangerous materials,
Okay.
and it's big enough. I mean, this barrel isn't huge, so
We could put it in that.
you could put it in that. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I'll go down to the barrel, bring it up to the glove box, and store it in the glove box for a little bit. And that is actually transparent too.
Yes, you can
Yes.
see into the glove box. Yes.
And then I'll go back down. So, are you done camping for the night?
Yes.
Oh, and
Yes.
Yes.
on a hunch, maybe an atmosphere with no oxygen in it inside the glove box.
Well,
It's
Not
not really
just
set up for
3
that,
a.m.
but
Yeah.
Okay,
not at 3 a.m.
okay.
yeah.
It's secured now.
It,
Yeah.
it is reasonably secure right now. Not at 3 a.m.
Right.
I suggest we toss into the sun.
I am not against the concept. However, not at 3 a.m.
I suspect that 40 million degrees will have an effect on it.
Yeah.
That's when we can get closest.
or even in the, we
I will lead him back. Let's wait till morning before moving again.
Right.
We're moving
Strike
what?
the tent.
The Zeppelin.
The Zeppelin.
There.
But you wanted to do a teleport, so you don't need to move the Zeppelin to do that.
Nope. We can just leave the Zeppelin behind and have it plug along after us.
yeah.
Besides, we don't want to send this point towards Switzerland anyways.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I missed quite a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's now about 4 a.m. So
You up here again? Twice? What's
if we
going on here?
teleport back to New York, it'll be about 8 p.m.
Which means we can actually talk to Hawk.
Yes, absolutely. So,
So, I guess I will leave the pilot a note.
okay. Are you going with Jack on this teleport back to New York City thing?
Do you wish me to join there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I guess I'm.
Okay.
So, who's going? It's Jack, because you're the one teleporting. Annie, apparently. Rick.
Simon.
I think we're all going.
Oh, okay, you're all going.
Yeah.
Okay, then all of a sudden we are standing outside John Doe's warehouse.
All right.
Why are we here?
Ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell or you have to knock?
You have to know.
It's under construction.
I'll knock
All
harder.
the more reason there's probably, maybe not at 8, and it's a Sunday, is
It is 8 p.m. on Sunday, yes.
Mm.
So,
not possible time.
a few minutes after you knock, you start hearing mechanical and a few electronic sounds. And that goes on for about 15 seconds, and then the door opens, and it's Hawk.
Hi, Hawk.
Hi, everybody. Annie, the construction is still ongoing.
That's not
Sorry.
why we're here.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Even
not
better
right.
saying-
They're not actually doing any construction right at the moment. But it's
Well.
not, the library is not in a usable state.
If they are, they're pretty stealthy.
Yes, yeah. There's no sounds of like jackhammers or whatever. So, what did you want?
We need to get a message to John Doe.
Okay.
Basically,
Did you need 5 people to communicate the message? I'm not understanding why you're all here.
It's complicated.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And suddenly it's much brighter. Hawk has an idea.
The really funny thing is it looked like one of them went out, and 2 of them got brighter by more than enough to compensate.
Well, actually, I think the one was out, and the 2 of them got brighter.
So,
why? Well, we were actually planning on doing something else, and unfortunately, it didn't work out.
oh,
So
Okay.
now we're going to the next idea,
all right.
which is needing John Doe's skills to do something.
All right. He's not in New York City right now.
That's perfect. In fact, I need him to be in Switzerland. I
Okay.
think he's closer to Switzerland.
He is, I believe he is somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, well, that's definitely closer to Switzerland than we are right now.
Yes.
So, you need to take a message, and I really not talk about it standing outside.
Okay. I guess you can all come in.
Okay? Close the door.
Once you're in, yes, he'll close the door, and then he like does a bunch of stuff. He turns a dial and flips a switch and throws a lever, and then let's go into the office. So basically, the entire back half of the warehouse floor is missing, and there's a giant hole back there right now. And there's like a fencing that is cordoning off that area back there. So let's go over to the office here.
Love what you're doing to the place.
Sinkhole, huh?
Apparently, John Doe wanted all of anything that made it look like it wasn't a warehouse needed to be underground. But there was no basement before.
So
And we're right near the river. We're like 100 yards from the river.
Oh, an interesting problem.
Yes. Anyway, so it's taking a bit of work. So, I don't think I am supposed to tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, we need, and you're gonna love this, we need John Doe to impersonate Lenin, who unfortunately is dead, and the Russian government is hiding it because they don't know what to do. Because the person who murdered Lenin has to believe that he has failed, and then will be lured back to the false Lenin, i.e. John Doe, or then we can apprehend him.
Okay, this is a much longer message than I normally
That's not
transmit to.
yeah.
Is this the whole? Is this the message?
No, this is us telling you the information
Okay.
so we can figure out a message.
All right. Fine, I guess.
How about
When you get to the message, let me know.
how about a message if we would like to meet him someplace in Europe outside of Russia,
Yeah, how about that?
and that we can adapt to the location that he finds convenient.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Need to meet you outside Russia ASAP. Choose a place.
fair enough.
And choose a place and let us know.
Yeah. Well, the end let us know is kind of implied in that.
Yeah, I guess. Hopefully.
so I can send a message to him, and he would eventually get a message back to me. Is there some reason you can't just tell him someplace to meet? Like,
Sure.
tell him meet us in Minsk.
The only reason
No.
Not
No.
in Russia.
That's
Not
not
in
in
Russia.
Russia.
How about Geneva?
That's in Belarus.
Okay.
There's while the library isn't here, there is like a globe sitting there that Hawk is looking at, going,
Minsk.
okay.
Oh, that's right. Minsk is in Belarus.
So not
Or Ukraine.
not Belarus. Where did you say? What was your suggestion?
Belarus is
Geneva
good.
was somebody's suggestion.
Belarus is good.
Belarus.
Well, not Ukraine, but Belarus, Switzerland. I like Switzerland.
Switzerland. Sure.
yeah, be
I-
more
I
specific.
name
Yes.
a place in Switzerland that would make a good meeting location,
Geneva would certainly work.
like a building that we could meet
Yes.
him.
That's true.
You
You
could
have
pick up
walked the walk.
yeah.
Yes,
Pick up
a
a particular
specific building,
hotel
a
or
train
something.
station, a museum.
Sure. Why
hotel.
don't you
A hotel.
you tell me that the main train station in Zurich.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Fine. That way you don't have to go back and forth
Yep.
with messages.
Yep.
And-
We will be waiting
2
there
How soon?
for the next 2 days.
Yeah, they are in your best estimate.
I can't tell you that. I can say that he definitely would be able to get there within a week.
I can work with a week. I think everybody here could work with a week with the possible exception of Jack. I won't speak for him.
So,
He has to make his way out of Russia.
Yeah, or
Okay.
so we presume our information.
I am
Yeah.
not telling
Take
you
your
that
time.
he's in Russia. I can
Right.
say I can say he's in Europe.
I'm not saying that to Hawk. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So
Okay. Pick a time of day to be in there. And we'll just show up at
Right, so we
that
can
time of day.
keep checking till
so you don't have to sit in the train station all day.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Probably in shifts.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. You'll wait there on successive days.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be visible
Mm-hmm.
so that he doesn't have to like pierce Shadowjack's stealth. And the main Zurich downtown train station. Okay, that I can send that message.
This bit speaks mainly French and German, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Italian.
Okay, I'm not covered there, but I'm covered on the other thing.
Also, don't they have one other language that's like
Yes, they have their own
their own language?
language, yes.
But everybody in Switzerland speaks multiple languages.
Or at least you're not well educated.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose a 3-year-old does not speak multiple languages, but once you've graduated from the high school there,
And Freddie's walking.
French, German, Italian, and Romansh.
Romansh, yeah, that's the one. No one there expects people from other countries to speak Romansh.
And of course, we've got people who do speak it, but that probably won't be relevant.
Yeah. All right.
Well, if he's going to eat it, then I guess I will.
No, now I suppose dried food is less likely to be a problem for dogs than something.
All right.
Other than
So,
So,
you have dictated a message. Hawk says that he will get it to John Doe. John Doe will have it within the day.
sounds good.
Steve's phone keeps making a bing sound. Is someone texting you?
Yes.
Do they know that you're in the middle of something?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, shall we go back to the airship?
For
That way we can travel in style.
All right.
Zurich.
Sir,
How are you getting back to the airship? Are you just right from the office teleporting onto the airship?
Why not? Why should we or just freak them out?
Okay. You won't hear him yell, "No, you can't just stealth past the alarms." He's assuming you just stealth.
By the way, before I do that, I'm going to
Oh.
say, well, Sea Hawk. Bang.
And then he yells, "You can't just stealth past the alarms. Where'd you go?"
Actually,
You're not hearing that because you teleported away.
actually, I think I can still pass the alarm, but
I wouldn't bet on it, not anyways.
Well, you'd have to disable the alarms. You can't just say, "I'm stealth, the alarms don't notice me when I open the door."
yeah, I mean, I
But
Don't look
Hawk
at the
is going to believe
Yeah.
he's still past the door, past the alarms.
He's not going to figure out that you teleported. That's not what he's going to think.
because everybody was that. So
No.
we're back at the loading dock of the Cloud9.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't bother to stealth at this time. If anyone's ever going to freak out.
Guest rooms, then I go retrieve my note, tear it up, put a new note on,
Okay.
because our destination has changed.
Man, the teleport lag that you guys have, back and forth and back and
I'm
forth.
heading to bed.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is about
Yeah.
4 in the morning in this time zone.
Hitting the bed? What is it? You're teleporting and giving you the runs or what?
It's no. I mean, yeah. Except for the fact that it's really dark, it to your internal clock, it feels like it is
8 or 9
8
p.m.
or 9 p.m. Yeah.
Yes. Which is a little early, but we're going to be in a different time zone.
Okay, the note I assume is telling them that when it's morning they should head for Zurich. Okay.
Might have to.
So like 2 hours from now when the crew comes on for, actual full duty, then yes, they get that message and go, okay, turn around and head that way.
Wish this woman would make up her mind, dude. It's like moving furniture.
Go to Belarus, go to Russia, the Russian border, but not into Russia. Yeah.
Well, that one I did explain.
Yeah.
And the pilot agreed that was a good thing.
Somebody might get angry at us if we enter Russia.
Well, the easiest way to adapt to a new time zone is to sleep and wake up early in the morning by that time zone. Morning meaning after the sun has come up. So
You're
yes.
supposed to go to bed now? Boy.
She isn't forcing you to.
I am.
Go to my room and read. There's no gunplay, so I don't have to clean my weapons.
I suspect that the court in the barrel is courtesy of Baba Yaga.
Could be. Could easily be.
I think that wherever it was mounted to something. So that if we pulled it away from the wall that it was on, or floor, whatever,
Yeah, or whatever.
that hole would
happened.
be.
Right. There would be a big splash of nasty stuff. And she hopefully put a cork in it before she fetched. That
Yes.
is entirely possible.
Alright.
The one thing I am going to do before going to sleep is do a deep meditation with my spirit companion, aiming for. I want to recognize the psychic signature of what the inside of the barrel felt like to him. Very unpleasant, but if I get within close range of something with the same vibes, I want to be able to go, hey, that's got the same sort of nasty energy as the inside of that barrel.
Okay, make a mysteries roll.
Simon. You think this thing has any of Ill's blood or fluids in it? That's why it acts like him?
Let's see.
Possibly.
If I'm rolling for him,
I'm
that's
planning on trying to
fantastic. If I'm
figure that
rolling
out.
For me and get to claim a root bone,
You are
doesn't happen.
rolling for you, so it's epic. Good enough. All right. Now make an endurance roll.
You have
And
big points.
possibly spend a fate point.
Because I do have, that is a nice time to roll. that,
Yeah.
Roll.
that one, endurance, that one's fantastic.
Oh, well, you don't even feel nauseated. However, you do get a read on it. It is terrible. I mean, it is. Blah.
It is really disgusting stuff.
Yes.
It's something that would, something that's disgusting even for someone I know who would kill millions of people and go, oh, so what?
Yes.
Well, he had to unwind after a hard day.
Yes. But yes, you now have enough of a read on it that you would be able to get a +2 bonus in the future when trying to detect
Or possibly even if I'm within
Analyze
close
it.
range
Yeah.
of something that's got
Yeah.
the same sort of.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I will
But yeah, I mean, you noticed that you were using your endurance
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
resist that. So
Yeah. Like if I had mysteries where I have them and endurance lower on my pyramid, I might well have been puking my guts out
Yeah.
from exposure to the psychic signature. Yes. Okay. Well, that's a little bit more learned. No.
So, by well, a little after lunchtime, the dirigible will be, sorry, not the Zeppelin will be over Zurich.
We said 2 each day?
Yes.
Okay.
You are there in time so that
We can make it.
Check
you
today,
can
yeah.
check the train station in case he's already there.
So who's going down today?
I'll go down. Yep, it's obvious, the guy in black.
It's January in Switzerland. Everybody's wearing black.
That's
It's not black.
many people are.
But there will also be people in, beige or tan
Well, yeah.
or gray overcoats.
Or brown?
Yeah,
All right.
probably not so many in bright colors, maybe some of the kids.
Well, in that case,
No,
I will
not-
get the
not-
red
not
scarf
yet.
out so I stand out.
Not yet.
Okay, well, you
Another
head
40
down
years.
there and wait, and no, he's not there yet.
So,
Would have been surprised, but
I wasn't thinking of stuff like colored nylon.
so I'll get out the old
Yeah.
pocket watch here.
Embroidery.
Alright, so far,
Yeah.
Zippo.
Part of the world where fancy embroidery is a thing.
How long did we say we were going to wait for him? An hour or
A
two?
week if we have to.
no, we didn't say how long we were waiting each day.
Oh,
Okay,
each
well,
day,
Give
okay.
it 2 hours.
I give it
Yeah,
4.
Well,
If
you
you can
said
make
2
it-
p.m.
We
If
said
he's
2
not there
p.m.
at 2 p.m., then he's
I
not
would say
there
plus
at
or
2
minus.
p.m.
I would say plus or minus 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to give him some extra time, sure. But,
Turn off the
If he
radio.
wasn't
Turn
there.
to Simon. Yes, but Jack is so patient.
okay.
Ever hear of friendly fire?
That's why I turned off the radio before making the comment.
So at about 2:30, Jack comes back to that one.
Okay.
Well, no, I have to wait till tomorrow.
So we didn't
So-
hardly surprised.
Yeah.
We might as well take a hotel room and
Yeah, might as well.
That's reasonable. Have a base on the
Okay.
ground and not
Um,
calling
Annie can
attention
suggest
to
a place,
the
and
penalties out
Simon can afford it, so.
there. Yeah,
so Simon, that circle, it can't be touched at all.
No, don't.
No.
If you want to see the guy scream and die,
No, I don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just out of curiosity, would it work to cut out that section of floor, guy and all, and leave him someplace else, and then he just has to replace a piece of floor?
okay, let me put it this way. Who's going to feed this guy?
Granted, but this is a technical feasibility question. Could it?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is that you got to have someone to feed him. You got to have someone to clean his bucket.
Obviously.
Give him a roll of toilet paper every now and then.
I think he's got a little bit better set up than that at this
Yeah.
point.
You're right. A hole in the floor instead of the toilet.
With a screen around it. For privacy. Or with around the hole in the floor, yeah.
Anyway.
Fine, whatever.
Incoming.
I don't need to know the specific details. He's being kept alive,
Yep.
and he can't leave this protective circle. All right. Well, actually, I think I'm going to call it for the night.
Okay.
I hope everybody who was here for the stream enjoyed themselves. Thank you all. And my next stream is going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. I will be streaming Realm of the Mad God.
Yay!
Russian border to Europe, by the way.
36. I guess I didn't spend any.
The Bronx, you said?
I didn't spend any.
Keep that in your museum.